Hello, I hope you're doing well. This is I Lost Wolf. It's a lazy Sunday, and it's been a little bit cool, which is nice. Um, and we're just gonna play some Ultima 4. That's basically what we're going to do. So today, we made notes about Britain, and we have been cleaning up the spreadsheet for Britain. And I just wanna, you know, finish that up, because that's all stuff that we needed to clean up in the spreadsheet. And it would be good to have that done. The other thing that I want to do, like while we're in Britain, is I want to look for hidden areas, like we've been doing in other places. And then after we've completed that, the very next thing I want to do is just walk around to all of the places that we've been to before, and oh, sorry, check for hidden walls because that's kind of what we've been doing. So let me do some housekeeping and then I will get us going here. I will be right back. Hang on. Okay, sorry. I swallowed some water down the wrong way, and I didn't want to hack and cough in your ear, because that's a bit awkward. So I did some hacking and coughing. Maybe I'll be okay. Who knows? Let me move. I'm gonna move the microphone. There we go. Sorry. Let me get us started here. Well, hang on. Let me close some windows first. Because there's some windows we do not need. And then... Oh, did I thought I had everything set up, and now look, I do not. Perfect. Jod says here, hello. I think I'm saying that correctly. It's Jods. If I'm not saying it correctly, you can correct me. Sure. Ultima 4. Okay, so we are in, and we talked to a couple people. So we went up here and we talked to these folks here. So what I want to do is I want to go to this person. You meet a cheerful god. He says, I'm a god. I'm a god, of course. I think we've seen this string before. Yes, we have, so we don't need to, like, worry about that. We've also looked in here, so there's, like, nothing for us to see there. We've spoken to them. Let's talk to this. You meet a drunken fighter. I'm Joe. We've spoken to Joe. We have spoken to Joe, haven't we? We have spoken to Joe. Okay. So, bye. We've spoken to Name. This is also Joe. Oh, there are just multiple Joes. You meet a bard in green. Name. This is Cricket. So our notes for Cricket aren't really great. I'm just gonna amend them. But inserting a row above Cricket. So name, job. I'm playing, he says. Surely we've seen this. I remember seeing this. Oh, there we go. We do have his job, so I'm not gonna amend that. I must just move that up a little bit. That should be up here. Okay, so Cricket says I'm playing. Tell me about your help. Okay, so tell me about what you're playing. And tell me about... Yes. Okay, so I didn't know that this was here. Yes. And now he's going to ask us a question. Now will thou be quiet? Oh, sorry. We're gonna say yes. Thanks, he says. Okay, so the thing that we need to ask about here is the connection for Cricket specifically is that Cricket there are some children in Britain who we haven't actually encountered yet, but they're further south. So they're a little bit south. They're still in Britain, but they're south of where we are right now. And the children, once you ask them about compassion, they tell me to find Cricket, and then Cricket knows the mantra of compassion. And we spent a long time looking for cricket until we came back into Britain on one of our second passes. And this is our third pass now. And in Britain, we finally asked him about the mantra, and he told us that the mantra for compassion is Mew. I'm not going to add or edit my observation here, but I'm going to get this out of him. He turns away. Talk. Mantra. The mantra for the shrine of compassion is Mew, and we have this already. So there's a couple of things here that we could probably ask him. Shrine. Compassion. Okay, cool. Mew. Okay, cool. So sure, that's done. I'm gonna color this in green so we know that we have it. It was this green, right? Yes. Okay, so bye, because we're done. This is probably Joe. We need to talk to this person. They are mentor, and we have, as far as I'm aware. Oh, I didn't make notes for mentor. Oh, interesting. That's what I had. Okay, well that's fine. Mentor. Tell me about your name. Tell me about your job. I escaped Magentia. Job. I escaped Magentia. Did you? Exclamation point. That you did. Tell me about your health. I'm well. Tell me about escape. You can't tell me about that. Tell me about Magentia. He says pride was too great in Magentia. And we need to ask about pride. Pride? The city was destroyed by demons for its pride. Is that D-A-E? It is. For its pride. Now he's going to ask us, art thou proud? Well, we're working on humility, and we're trying to get all the way there, so we're not proud. We say no. He says, pride exists without truth. Without truth, love, nor courage. Okay, so let's ask about demons and city. And then he gives us a string about truth, love, and courage, and he has nothing to say about those, for sure. Okay, well that's pretty good. I don't think there's anything else for us here. Let's get out of here. There's Britannia Manor, and then over here down south. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Remember how I said that we'd never actually seen this when we were looking at the small maps through the telescope? It was because I'd forgotten about the layout of Britannia. Sorry, of Britain itself. And this is kind of the other side of that waterway that we've never been around. So there you go. This is Gweno. Gweno can join us. No, sorry, that's Ialo. So Gweno's name is Gweno, and their job is I dance and sing for the children. Now, I did follow up on that, but we didn't get anything out of sing, I don't believe. We got something out of dance. Dance is good for the soul. And then he asks if we give to the needy, we're going to say yes. They said, beggars are thankful for small donations. So I don't know if us giving 99 every time is the best way to go. But that's what we've been doing. So he's going to ask the second to the yes. And then he says beggars are thankful for small donations, much like we have. He also said sing and children. Oh. Okay. Then he said dance is good for the soul. Needy. Donation. Beggars. Okay. We did not have this string here, so I'm just gonna plop a line below here. We asked about beggar. To give to a beggar shows compassion. Sure. And then donation. Okay. And to give to a beggar shows compassion, so we need to follow up on compassion. Okay, cool. Well, that's more than what we had before for Gwenna. So the next thing that we're going to do is, I saw a couple of guards here. You meet a guard, sure, that's fine. Yeah, that's also fine. Let's talk to this person. Shalima. We have Shalima, but we don't have everything that Shalima does. So I am going to insert a line above, because we never asked about job, and I think that job is just he cares for the children. So your name is Shalima, and your job, I watch over the children. Job, I watch over the children. And then we ask about children. Well, let's ask about watch first. And then children, he says, and we've seen this statement before, it takes a good deal of compassion to deal with children. Okay, we've seen that. And then we followed that up with compassion. He asks, he says, compassion tempers the soul as knowledge tempers the mind. He asked if we have children. We said no. And then he said, too bad. So he's, yeah, and so that's kind of what happened there. When you change this up and you say yes, he said, we know what he means. So, sure. There are things here that we need to follow up on. Knowledge and then mind. Okay, so that's fine. So we got Shalimar now. Oh, Shalimar. And we can say bye. There's a bunch of folks here. This is a charming bard. Their name is Iolo. Iolo's the joiner here. We've already got this. We asked him about job. And he says that he plays for the people. And then we say play. And he says, I play my lute and receive the good wishes of the people. And then he asks if we like his music, and we said yes. And then he says that he would join us. So, do you like my music? Yes. I would join you. Okay, so the other thing that we need to ask him about is people. Okay, so he is the joiner. I'm not going to change his color on the spreadsheet because that's just important. We need to know that he can join us. So, bye. I want to talk to this person. I am a child. Name. Job. Singing. The song goes, oh, hey, oh, hey, hum. And this is, I didn't think about this at the time when we came through here, but this is a riff on a song that we saw in Ultima 2, or Ultima 3, I think it was, where they sang a similar song. Not children, but people did. And so, if we say, ho, hey, oh, he, we can't get all the way there. It means love to all, love to one and all. Okay, we didn't actually have that response, so I am going to expand thus. We said hey, ayo, he, and that was the bit of the song that we could get out for the cursor, before the line length, because you can only fit 9, maybe 8 characters on the line, and so we ran out. Point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can only get 8 characters. Again, it's like the rule of 8s in this game. It means love to one and all. It means love to one and all. And they're going to ask us a question which we've never had before. Okay, buddy gamers, it's a good day, so it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Do you like the song? Do you like the song? We're going to say yes. We do, yes. Then help us spread the word. Okay, so there's a little bit going on there. To one and all, do you like the song? And spread and word. Okay, so we got told I guess we need to follow up health. Very happy. Was job singing. How do we learn that we needed to ask the children about compassion? Oh, right, yes, okay. So we learned about asking about compassion from Shalima, who said that they teach, it takes a good deal of compassion to deal with children. And then I guess the logical assumption here is that you need to make you have to make the logical leap, I guess, that Shalima says that he watches over the children, and then it takes a good deal of compassion to deal with the children. So I think that you're supposed to make the logical leap there, that he's taught compassion, or tried to teach compassion to the children in the interim. And because of that, we need to talk to them about compassion. So, compassion. Because, really? Oh, interesting. Because at least some of the children tell us to go and look for cricket. Yeah, I don't know how this didn't show up in my notes, but sure. Okay, so let's get out of here and let's talk to all these children. Name, job, and then help. Very happy and compassion. Sure, bye. I think there's one specific child we need to talk to. You meet a small child. Name. It says I'm a child. Job, singing. Help. Compassion. Bye. Okay, well, good. I think that there's one small child that we need to ask the song. There. It's one specific child that says, I am learning compassion. And we think, but we're not sure, that they're learning compassion because they got taught it through Shalima. So, here we go, compassion. And then, if we say health, they said they're okay. So we need to, it was job, sorry. They're learning compassion. I am learning compassion. I think that was correct? Yes, I'm learning compassion. That should really be I am learning of compassion, but you know, sometimes this game doesn't do all of the words and all the sentences. So if we go row below, and we say, tell me about compassion. And then they say, never care so much for thyself. For thyself. That thou cannot care for others, that thou cannot care for others. And that's an exclamation point. Know he the mantra of compassion. And at this point we would say no, because that was the answer that got us to go to cricket. So no, no, ask cricket. And then this was where I went on this wild goose chase trying to find cricket. But we know about cricket now, so we don't have to worry about this. So I'm going to just lock that. Well, hang on. Okay. Others. We asked let's ask a mantra. Okay. And then cricket. Sure. Okay, I think we're done here. Okay. So, bye. And then there's this guy over here. This is a druid name. This is Shapiro. Shapiro is looking for Julio. I'm looking for Julio. Right. And then... oh. They're alright. So we ask about Julio. He knows the true nature of compassion. So my notes for this were bad. Art thou on quest the avatar? We said yes. Find the shrine of compassion east across 2 bridges. That's interesting and useful. But we need to reformulate this whole thing here, because I did this wrong. So job, I'm looking for Julio. And then we're supposed to append that we should be looking for Julio as well. So I'm going to say here, Julio. Oh, sorry. You can't see it. I just made a very dumb mistake in the spreadsheet. Julio. Tell me about Julio. He knows the true nature of compassion. And then he is going to ask us a question. Art thou on the quest? Art thou on the quest of the avatar? We are going to say yes. Oh, sorry. Julio. Yes. And then he says, find the shrine of compassion. Compassion. East across 2 bridges. Okay, sure. So, we don't know where Julio is. We just haven't found them yet. So, let's ask about compassion. He says, seek out Julio. Seek out Julio. And ask him of compassion. Okay, quest, avatar, and shrine, and bridges. All right. Okay, so Shapiro's notes are done as far as I'm aware. Let's get out of this conversation. I'm a job. Name, job. There we go. Okay, so they're going to have the same statements. Name, job. Okay. Is there someone down here? No, there is not. I say that there's like rocks here, but we can't walk over those. Okay, well, never mind. Is there someone? There is not, because we did try and do that. Let's talk to these people. You mean an engine person? Their name? That's Sebastian. Okay, hang on. I don't have proper notes for Sebastian. Tell me about your job. I know a terrible secret. I know a terrible secret. Okay, so tell me about terrible. Well, first tell me about your health. Not so well. Terrible and secret. Mundane's influence has not left the world. We knew this because we'd already talked to him about this in our past pass-through of Britain. When we ask about Mundane, he says an artifact remains. I heard at Buccaneer's Den. There is a pub at Buccaneer's Den in the shape of a skull, which, incidentally, we never asked about when we were in Buccaneer's Den. There's a couple of things we need to talk to people about in Buccaneer's Den. And this is somewhat my fault, because I never filled this in on a connection spreadsheet while we were making it. So let me just do this. Oh, we did. I completely forgot to label that we need to be in Buccaneer's Den. And we need to ask about... Yeah, we don't know enough about who we need to talk to here. But we probably need to ask about Mundane at Buccaneer's Den at the very least. Okay, sure. So, I did have a connection for this because it then dawned on me during the course of doing the Britain part of the spreadsheet that really I should have a connection. No, sorry, the connection spreadsheet came much later. And then we went through and we cleaned up and tried to get all the connections together. And that's how we ended up with that in the connection spreadsheet. But it wasn't doing it so well then, so I didn't quite know what to add in. Okay. So he says, an artifact remains, which we can't get anything out of. Let's ask about Buccaneer's Den pub. And then he says it was in the shape of a skull. Okay. I didn't notice anything like that in Buccaneer's Den, but then to be fair, I wasn't looking super closely at Buccaneer's Den. So that's a problem that I created for myself. And I think there are two other people here. Oh, sorry. There's one other person called Thavel who we haven't encountered. I don't quite know where Thavel is. Why? Thavel... I want to say that I remember encountering Thavel in the bar. Name? Why? There we go. I'm Thavel. That's the guy we're looking for. His name is Thavel, obviously, and his job is I search for the mystery of the magic orbs. So he tells us about the magic orbs, and when I should probably ask him about mystery, and then magic, and then he says magic orbs. We'll get to that in a second. Magic. And then he says magic orbs. Okay, so then he says, and we did clear this up. I do remember doing this because we went to Serpent's Castle and we found a one-headed beggar, and we did ask about this. So this is a connection that we can close, and I'm going to do that in a second. So if we have orbs, he says a one-headed beggar knows their secrets. He is then going to ask, hast thou seen him? I'm going to say yes here because we have spoken to him. And I want to get the reciprocal sentence out of him for this because we did finally eventually talk to the one-handed beggar. So this should be rows below. And we need this sentence again. And we said no first. We're going to say yes here because we have actually encountered them. Yes. Only he knows the orb's gift. Only he knows the orb's gift. Okay. So there's a lot going on here. Beggar, Serpent's Castle. For he knows the orbs. Okay, and then gift. Okay, so we're done here. The only thing left to do, and I don't actually think that there's anything hidden in Britain. Like most of the hidden stuff that we were going to encounter was in the city, not the city of Britain, sorry, I lie. In the Castle Britain. So I don't think we're going to encounter anything here that's super helpful in terms of hidden anything. But let's just have a look around, right? Because that's important. I don't see any hidden doors there. I don't see any hidden doors here. I'm not expecting to because this was the spot where we found what we were looking for. And there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I don't expect anything to be on the right here. But I do just want to check, just out of raw curiosity. Could you get out of the way? That'd be great. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to see anything here. I certainly don't think I'm going to see anything there. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, interesting. There is actually a hidden spot here. Okay. You meet a solemn bard. We didn't know about this person, so this is new. Name. There, Julio. Okay, there we go. This is Julio. So hold on. I need to actually add a line here. This is... There is a hidden... a hidden room where where Julio is located. Okay. So we were looking for Julio. We got told to ask him about the nature of compassion. So tell me about your name and your job. I seek the true nature of compassion. Julio. I seek the true nature of things, he says. Sorry, not compassion. Seek the true nature of things. Okay. Seek the nature. All things have a true nature. And then he's going to ask us a question. Dost thou know the true nature of all things? We do not. And that's functionally just not knowable. So, no. No mortal can. I'm glad that he recognizes the folly of his ways. So it would be one thing if this guy was like, okay, well, I'm trying to figure out what the true nature of everything is, and I think I can do that in my lifetime. It's just not possible. The human condition is a condition that's, when you think about it, we're a blip on the face of the earth, right? The earth has existed for a long, long time. The universe has existed for even longer. And so the thing about the specific question, do we know the true nature of all things? There's just not enough space in the human brain to accompany or to accommodate all this stuff. Like, even if you got to be, and it's true, I mean, even if you got to be a subject matter expert in one thing, your brain space only has enough space for that one thing. You can't probably be very super good at a lot of different things. You can be tolerably okay at a bunch of them and then excel in one. But because you're pouring all of your life and time and energy and money into that one thing, there's just no way for you to, be able to have the life and time and money to acquire knowledge of those other things. That's why, like, at most, I think most people have the capacity to get 2 doctorates, right? It's not like, so one of the things that you'll hear a lot about is this idea of the Renaissance man. And the thing about Renaissance men and women is that the body of knowledge that we had in like the 1600s and the 1700s was small enough that you could ostensibly become a master of different disciplines. But as science has taught us lots of different things, it's become increasingly difficult to become the master of more than, say, 2 disciplines. And even then, you're going to struggle, right? It's just your brain space, with the wealth of knowledge that we have now, is only so big. And so the ability to discern the true nature of something will only extend in as far as one thing. And even then, you can't ever get there, right? When you think about quantum maths, for example, or when you think about physics, we're constantly evolving our knowledge of both of those ideas, right? Over and over again as we learn more. So we might know the true nature of things in this moment for, say, specifically, let's say, particle physics, right? But that's such a small subsection of the idea that it doesn't encompass the whole thing. And even then, as I say, because of the way science moves, our understanding of particle physics will change in 10 or 20 years. So this is a trick question, and you really should say no to it. But I'm glad that he recognizes that he can't actually know the true nature of things too. So, alright. Let's ask about things. Yeah. I'm not surprised. An immortal. Sure. Alright. So, we got told to ask him about compassion. And we get told here compassion derives itself from unending love. Okay, so okay. I'm surprised that he doesn't actually tell us more. But I think that what is happening here, right? I'm gonna just show you what I mean, because it's a little bit more difficult to talk about than to show. If you think about, actually it's not that screen, it's this one. If you think about this diagram that we keep coming across in the manual, where's the law book? Yeah. if you think about this diagram, is it this diagram? Yes. When you think about this diagram, kind of what he's setting up for us is we know from our um, explorations that the principles of pride, courage, and love, right? And we know that, sorry, not pride. It's never pride. It's the three principles are truth, love, and courage. Now, we know that if we look at this, and I think that what's going to happen when we keep delving into this diagram, this little center orb over here is going to turn out to be pride. Probably. I don't know. Because there's got to be a space for pride in here somewhere. So what he's kind of setting up for us is he's kind of setting up where one of the intersections might be. Because he's saying that, let's say the top left circle is love, right? He is saying that compassion is derived from love. So if you think about this triangle here, right, this is a good earmarked spot for where love might be in this diagram, because it doesn't bisect any of these other two circles here. It doesn't bisect any of these other two circles on the left or on the right or on the top. It's just got to do with this particular corner case here. So I think that you could start making an educated guess at the idea that, oh, this is love, and say this circle here is compassion. And I think that you can start making the case for that truism. Because I think that in the end, we're going to have to map out what this diagram looks like. We just don't have enough information yet. So, okay. Let's go back to the game. And let me close this pan. So he said, and I guess we do need to make a separate, different spreadsheet that actually tracks what we know about the principles. And I thought about this. Remember when I said, oh, I think that we're missing parts of the spreadsheet? I was thinking about maybe what we need to do is we need to start adding information about the principles, but we just haven't come across that much that ties the principles together. This is the first real clue that we have about the principles themselves. So I'm going to actually make a new spreadsheet. I'm going to tack it in. I think I need to tack it in at the end. This is part of what we're learning. I'm going to tack it in under next to connections. I'm going to insert a sheet. We're going to do it after the current sheet. This is going to be about the principles. Because this is the first real piece of information we have about the principles that make sense. This was in Britain. It was Julio. We asked Julio about compassion, I think it is. Yeah, we asked about compassion. And then he said to us that it is about unending love. So, principles. Okay. So let's get out of here. I think that's all that we need to know. We do need to actually, you know what we need to do? In Britain, I need to lop off this idea that we've spoken to Julio, because we have, that's done. Yes. And we need to... I have colored lots of these parts of the spreadsheet in. I want to uncolor them. I want to make them no color, no full, yes. Because we have got all the stuff done. Okay, no full. And we can now link up and say, oh, we've figured out what's going on with Shapiro and Julio, so we can just strike that out. I'm also going to take them out of the connections, or not take them out, but make a note that we've already got what we needed from there. So Shapiro, it turned out that Shapiro was, Julio was in Britain. We asked about compassion, and he told us about compassion drives self-abandoning love. And so we could ostensibly just knock this out of the spreadsheet as well. Okay, sure. And I think that's probably it for this guy. Yeah, I don't see anything else here. Oh, could you move, please? Buddy, what are you doing? Excuse you? Thank you. Okay. Let's get out of here. I believe, I want to tell you that we've got everything that we can possibly have from here. So, okay. The next thing that I want to do is in the order that we encountered them, because from this point, our notes are actually okay, and we don't need to worry too much about what we're doing in terms of tracking things. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go into the cities in the order that we encountered them. And the first place that we need to go into from here is Yew. So I'm just gonna follow the plan that we had. Oh, I keep thinking we need to be up close and we don't actually. Because over here, if we look at the moon gates... Oh, you know what I do want to do now that we've got the moon gate list filled in? I want to spend some time, maybe at the end of the stream, because that's cleanup. I want to look at a moon gate list and just make sure that our moon gate notes are correct. Because I think, and I'm worried about it, that some of our phases are incorrect, but not the actual setup for the moon gates. So where is Castle? It's here. So the first gate that we see, it's not this one, unfortunately, because I was looking at the spreadsheet. We're kind of going to have to wait again. But I want to go up to you, and then I just want to retrace our steps. And now I'm not so interested in asking questions. I just want to see if we can find hidden spots. Because if we can find hidden spots, then maybe we'll find more information. I mean, we should have just ran up to you. It would have been faster. Quite frankly. There. And you is, as far as I remember, just north of where we are right now. Oh. Is it not? It is not. Okay. I am confuzzled. I think you is further south. Actually. Hi. I will take this. Oh, hello. Oh. I could have sworn you was there. It is. Okay. Sure. So I'm not real concerned with asking questions here, because I think we've seen everything that we need to see. I just want to see if we can spot hidden rooms. And that is going to be sort of the rest of the first half of today's setup. I don't think that there is... Oh, there's a person here. Did we talk to them? Name? She says, I am a druid. That's very helpful. I seek justice. Did we talk to this? I'm sure we did, because I'm sure that there's a whole pile of these in you. You... Yes, we did. Okay. Bye. Don't see anything there. There's a person on the right hand side. How do you get there? What? Oh, here we go. We've never talked to this person. So sure, this is actually good. You meet a solemn druid. Tell me about your name. They're Calum. Oh my god, we were looking for Calumny. I don't know if you recall this, but Calumny is a guy who we met way at the end of our initial track going around all the spots in the world. And there was a guy who said, hey, you need to talk to Calumny because he's our teacher and he can help you. So we're going to look at the connection spreadsheet in a second here. Actually, we're not. We're going to take a 10-minute break. And then when we come back, we'll do that. I'll see you shortly. Okay, I'm back. Let me actually show you the game. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, so we are talking to Calumny. And Calumny is a guy, as I said before the break, that we were supposed to look for. Everybody Gamer says, welcome back. Thank you so much. Okay, so, we got his name. His job is I make spells. Okay. And your health. Well, tell me about the spells that you can make. I invented quickness. So quickness isn't a thing that we didn't know about. Quickness was just plopped into the manual. And so we don't need to worry about this, because he's just going to give us the formula all over again. Now I think that this maybe was a case of the left and the right hand not knowing what they were doing. The left hand might have put quickness into the manual, and the right hand might have had notes to the effect, the programmers in other words, might have had notes to the effect that they were going to keep quickness out of the manual. And the reason why they might have wanted to do that is because quickness probably breaks the game in small but significant ways, where we've seen that the combat isn't really much of anything, but that's just because we got one character. The one thing that does happen as you add characters to the party is that the fights get bigger and messier. For each, we've seen that in our case, we normally face 2 foes at most. So for successively, for each new character that you add in, you can add 2 new foes, right? So what that eventually means is that there can be a mishmash of you, the 8 people on the party, and 16 other people on screen, the most, right? So there's 24 of them. And so in a case where you have quickness, because quickness, so this game is round or turn based, because there's a case to be made for the idea that quickness would let you go twice in a turn. It would be quite easy to cast quickness on everyone if you had a mage that could do that. And then through the act of casting quickness on everyone gets 2 hits for their 1 hit. And so it might unbalance the combat in the direction of the player. So I think, and I'm just 100% not sure that this is the case, the left hand may have put, as I say, quickness into the manual, and the right hand may have had, the programmers may have had notes to not actually include quickness as a spell that the player knew about, right? They may have not have gotten the memo. And so it became incumbent on the programmers to add this ability for the player to find the quickness spell somewhere in the world, and here's Calumny, and he's telling us about it. So I think that's what's going on. Morgan Mike says, I know this game too well. I come in to see. I invented quickness, and my brain said, that's Calumny in you. Yes. We just discovered Calumny. I didn't know that this bridge existed because I wasn't really... So this is probably the early portion of the game where I was noodling around. And so my notes were bad. One thing about it is my notes were bad. But I also consequently wasn't looking for hidden doors or walls or things, because it just never occurred to me that they would be in this game. So now what we're doing is we're walking through each town and we're looking for hidden things, right? Because that's a thing that we need to do. And while I was walking through Yew, I was like, oh heck, there's this bridge. I've never seen it before. Let's go across, and here we are. We're talking to Calumny. So, okay, they invented quickness. Oh, hang on. I nearly did a dumb thing. Let me fix my dumb thing. So, I invented quickness. Can I cast it? Yes, we can. I don't know... So, because quickness is in the manual, we don't have it ready and on us, so we can't actually cast it. So it's a lie to say that we can cast it right this second, but we know how to cast it. And I'm not sure, because of the way that they abrogate these sentences, whether or not he's asking the one thing over the other. It's very difficult to know unless we specifically go through the entire conversation. It could be that he's saying, do you know how to cast it? Or he's just being literal and saying, can you cast it right second? No way to tell. So I'm going to say no, because it's true that we cannot cast it right a second. Adept. Oh, okay. I guess what we need to do is we need to say yes. Save medic weakness spells. Yes. It requires but one blood moss. Oh, that's interesting. We mixed it up. Oh, yes, we mixed it up. And the manual's formula is actually correct because we cast it once just to get the mana cost for it. So the right and the left hand here were at odds with each other. The manual says one thing and the game contradicts the manual completely, but it's actually fine because you can just make it the way the manual tells you to. He says in this case yes, and or we said yes. It requires but one blood moss. It requires but one blood moss. Now it's possible, but not likely, that what he actually means. Here, let me show you the spreadsheet. It's possible, but not likely, that what he actually means, because it has... Oh, okay. Yes, he is actually amending the spreadsheet a little bit, because what he's really saying, this is a very bad way of doing this, and I wouldn't have done this way, but he is saying that the blood moss count in the manual is incorrect. He's not actually appending and amending the spell to say, oh, it just requires blood moss and now you've got quickness. He is saying you need sulfurous ash, ginseng, and also blood moss, but only one blood moss, not two like the manual says. But it turns out, like I said, that the manual reads this, the game reads two blood moss is correct because we cast it that way. Now I think that what's happening in that case is that maybe when it gets to the end of the formula, when you go, I'm going to put sulfurous ashes, I'm going to put ginseng in, I'm going to put two blood moss in, it just throws the second blood moss away and just makes the spell. I don't know. It's totally possible that that's exactly what it's doing. Okay. Let's get back to you. So I guess we should ask about quickness. And then I guess we should ask about blood moss. So where's the connections spreadsheet? Because I want to actually ask about his apprentice. Where's Calumny? Calumny was way near the end, because I encountered him somewhere at the bottom of my walkthrough of different people. Okay, where did we find Calumny? Did I just not make a note of Calumny? Oh, I may not have done. That's terrible. Because I wanted to knock this off the list of things that we saw. What? Hang on. Oh, I didn't actually do that. Were they in Vesper? Oh, I'm just wasting my own time. Yeah, hang on. There. It's Flatbush, and we didn't actually make a note of this. They were in Vesper. It was the last place we went to, and I never actually added this connection in, and I don't know why I did not. That was a little dumb. So we're gonna make there. Oh, hang on. Okay, so it was in Vesper. We found a person called Flatbush. Flatbush told us to go and seek out Calumny. Okay, and then we went to Yew, and we found Calumny, and we asked about quickness. Actually, we asked about spells, and then he told us about the quickness spell, but he did that in a wonky way. Yes, we have to do the yes version of the response, not the no version. So, connections, yes. Spells, yeah, okay. Sure. Let's remove this line. Oh no, we shouldn't remove that line. That's a mistake. I want to actually ask him about Flatbush. Oh, he doesn't know. Tell me about your debt. Oh, okay, well, sure, bye. Okay, so let's just walk up the side here. I don't think we're gonna find anything. But now that we're here, I do think it is worth pursuing. Because we couldn't get to the side before. Because I didn't know about that bridge. Okay. Well, I was a little worried I wasn't showing you the game. I was showing you the spreadsheet. Oh, you know what? Actually, we could have gotten there all the time without the bridge. I'm just like a class 1 idiot. Because we could have just walked around like this. We could have just gone... And then if we'd gone north... At this point... Because I don't actually think Calumny moves. Yeah, we could have just found Calumny. I am an idiot. That's what it boils down to. I am just gonna check. I believe that we did, but I just want to make extra sure. That there isn't anything in the forested area, yeah. I'm also looking for hidden doors and walls. Not that I think that we'll... hang on. It's actually so difficult to do this. Oh, hi. Oh, right, short round. Sure, we've spoken to short round. I don't see anything there. I don't see anything here. I don't see anything there. Okay, well that's the tricky part of you done. Should go and take a look at this here. I don't think that we're going to see anything here, but I want to be sure. Oh, I lost whoever that was. Oh, okay, well we didn't know about this. Sure, so let's talk to these people. These are people that are new to us. You meet a chanting druid. Where's you? So actually looking for hidden things is bearing fruit. And I'm glad about that. Tell me about your name. I am silent. Oh, we know about Silent, actually. Yes. Silent tells us the mantra. And the job is the mantra. Bear, bear, bear. Right, okay. Oh. Okay, fine. And I think these are all silent. Yeah. There, Jana. Yeah, we've actually done this because we came across Jana. Sure, so we knew about this. Right. Okay, so we had justice at one point. I can't see into the inner workings of this game. I don't know if we still are just. So I don't know if we can actually ask Jana about understand. Because that is... There's a question here. Let justice be thy calling, not thy excuse. Art thou just? I think we can say yes. And then we get a slightly different response here, which we didn't have before. So I'm going to fill this in. We said yes. And then when we say yes, he says, many a grave has been unjustly fooled in the name of justice. Many a grave has been fooled, unjustly fooled, in the name of justice. Okay, so maybe... Okay. I'm following up on things that he would have said if we'd followed up on justice itself. So, okay. I didn't actually make a note of what he said when we say no, so I'm going to do understand again. And I'm going to fix up my notes here. On? No. Oh, he just says alas. Oh, hang on. And then he said, let justice be like calling us up for just grave. And unjust. Unfold. Okay, fine. Name. I am good. Job. I believe we have yes. Oh no. We don't necessarily have the druid. I am druid. I seek justice. I seek justice. Tell me about justice. Tell me about your first and justice. Oh right, this is learn at the shrine. Yeah, okay, we've had this conversation before. Where did we get this from? Oh, okay. I didn't ask. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I just didn't add the job part of the question to the druid. We have this conversation because I remembered seeing this line about learn at the shrine. So yeah, okay. Druid. Alright, we have them. Remove this. Okay, cool. So I can take out this. Okay. Why? Because there's a conversation that you can have there about the shrine. And they will happily tell you more or less about it. I'm worried. Job. I search for home. I believe we've talked to this person. Oh, we didn't list this ranger. Job. I search for home. And I search for home. And your health. Okay. Let's search. Right. I didn't include this because it was a dumb response. Sure. Range. They range where the deer and the antelope play. And then they're going to ask us a question. Ever heard of such a place? We have. It's a song on our earth. So I'm going to say yes, because it's true, we have. Yes. No, hang on. We might not be able to say yes yet, because we are answering another different question. We are saying, we've heard of the song, and he's asking, do you know of a place that's like this? And the answer is actually no. We do not know a place like this. What do you have to run it for? I guess we should have said no. Sorry. I guess we should have said yes. I'm going to do that again. Range. Yes. Oh, he's just going to finish the song, I guess. So we said yes. And then he says, seldom has heard a discouraging word. Okay. I wonder how far down this rabbit hole goes. I'm gonna ask him about seldom heard discouraging word. Yeah, okay, so I think we're done. Wow. That was very silly. And that was probably why I didn't initially add that into my list of things to be aware of. Let's just do this again. I don't think that there's anything else in this area, but I do just want to go slowly and I want to have a look. Okay. Could you? Thank you. I don't see anything here. And this is the end point of this. Right, yes. Because this is going to lead to here. And then this is going to lead to here. Okay, cool. Could you? Thank you. Please go away. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Of course, now it's going to be impossible to get out of there. Okay, so I don't actually think there's anything hidden here except for what we discovered with Calumny. So I think we just bail. Yeah, because there's nothing going on there, and there's almost certainly nothing going on here. Okay, cool. And I think I was fairly careful in checking for hidden walls and doors there. Okay, so the next place that we need to go, I'm gonna save. The next place we need to go is Minoc, and Minoc is just, it's straight down. So if can I go, I wonder, here? I don't think I can. I'm just gonna check. I don't think I can go from this moon gate to Minoc. Oh no, I can't go. Okay, but I can get back to Castle Britain, and Castle Britain has on a fight person. Where is this? It's 3-2, so it's just happened, actually. Oh no, it's coming up. I lie. Because this is 2, and then this is gonna be 3. And now we go, and this is, it should be, oh god. Ugh. I ended up in Jalam. I didn't want to go here. I wanted to go to Minoc. Is there a way from Jalam to get to, oh yeah, there is. You go through the moon gate, you go to Moonglow, and then from Moonglow you come back. So it's the way I miscounted what was going on with the moon gate and Yew. I should have stepped through, I think it's the first one. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, of course. Of course. Oh yeah, it was the first one. I should have stepped through the first one. And I was dumb and didn't. So this one is the third one, right? Yes. There we go. Okay, so this is Moonglow. And then from Moonglow we want to go... It's the first one. No, it's the second one. Which is not quite yet, but it's coming up soon. So, not this one. This one. And then let's take us to Castle Burton, and then from Castle Burton we go through the first gate. It takes us to Yew. Oh god, I did it again. Ugh. I guess we'll just walk to Minoc. It's fine. It's not like it's a heavy walk or anything. Oh, hold on. I want to bail on this combat. Money is good. So you should be. Oh, not you. Sorry, Minoc should be just down south. Don't come near me, thank you. So if there's, I didn't mean to actually bail on that fight. Unfortunately, bailing on a fight loses you honor. And some of what we're trying to do is maintain our honorable reputation. If we go, yeah, this is where Castle Britain is. And then if we go over here and we follow, oh my god, torture. And we follow, oh, I keep trying to attack, we're not actually in combat. I'm an idiot, that's what it boils down to, sorry. If we follow down here, I think this takes us to Minoc. It's like it's like over here. This should be, oh, this is pause. Let me just consult the actual map, because I'm driving us into a ditch. So pause is a little higher than what we need to be. Okay, sure. So if we go left here, and then we go around this over here. And then we go to the east over, not here, there's a little bit of a calamity there, and then there should be Minoc. There we go. We got there in the end. Oh my god. Sorry, this is Trinsic. Oh no. Minoc isn't here. Ugh. Where's Minoc? I could have sworn this was Minoc. Isn't Minoc on a little island? It is, isn't it? There's Magentia. Oh, I don't actually know where Minoc is. I know where Minoc is. Minoc is in that kind of corner. Oh god. Well, okay. We're in Trinsic now. It's fine. We'll just look through Trinsic. Trinsic came after Minoc. Because we went to... Yeah, we went to Minoc and then we went to Trinsic. That's fine. We will just go through Minoc very carefully with a fine-tooth comb. I don't think that there's anything we need to do in Minoc. I do know that there's a thing that we need to do in a tab, but so far we've had no joy when we've tried doing anything in a tab, because we're supposed to ask about Nightshade or Mandrake Root, if I remember correctly, and we tried that and we just got nowhere. So I'm just going to check the connection spreadsheet again. And I'm going to ensure that I'm remembering that correctly, because I think it was intrinsic. Trinsic. Ask at the Folly Tavern of Mandrake. The Folly Tavern is not here. Oh, I didn't even make my note about the Folly Tavern. That's bad. This is not the Folly Tavern. So, sure. The tab. Oh, okay. It's ask of the stone intrinsic. Okay, so we need to ask here about the stone, and if I recall correctly, oh, stone, right, by, and if we do here, we say publish stone that I can't help you with, and then by, and then if we say stone, oh, we can't ask anyone else. But speaking of publish, this guy here, sorry, this guy here, publish. This wasn't spoiled. I actually asked for this piece of information because if you remember, um, where is it? It's intrinsic. Where is it? This happened so long ago that I don't know if we're gonna get where is it? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember this. This was a whole big thing that happened. We were intrinsic. We came to Klein. Klein says the mantra is sum. That's fine. Then intrinsic, we asked, I think, Klein about rune. I don't know who we asked about rune because my notes are bad here, and I should actually move this out of the way because I think this was Klein, but I'm not sure. So we asked someone about rune, and they said a man named Winthrop knows the rune. And then we spoke to Winthrop. Winthrop said, Rune, there is a small child who knew named Terran. Dost thou know him? No, find him. We found Terran. Terran said, oh, Rune, it is buried in the southwest corner of town. Now, if you'll recall, I went to the southwest corner of town, because this is one of the things that was flummoxing me about this game. Because the southwest corner of town is here, and we killed this guy. I don't know if you remember, this is so long ago. I killed this guy, and I was like, oh, cool, there's nothing here. So I asked about this because I did want to know about it, but someone told me that if you talk to Publius here, his name, Publius, and you get out of here, and then we go, it's somewhere near Publius. Oh, well, maybe I just got bamboozled. Oh, no. Whoops. I'm just gonna search everywhere where there's bush. This might take a while. There's Terran over there. So if we talk to Terran and we say, oh, tell me about the rune, he says it is buried in the southwest corner of town. We went there and that was what we did, and we couldn't find it. So the clue I got from someone who was trying to help me out was you need to dig or search somewhere near where Publius is. And we've done that now, and we haven't come up with anything. So I don't know if they misremembered, because this was a thing that I specifically asked about. And so I think that they were just misremembering, which is fine. You know, this is a big game. There's a lot of stuff happening in it. It's very easy to misremember. But in a minute here, when we don't actually find something, because I'm going to check every bit of foliage, because I have a feeling it might be in the foliage, if it's anywhere. If it's not here, I think we've looked through all of there. What I'm going to just do is I'm going to look this up on the internet. Because I'm pretty sure that we're not misunderstanding the brief here. The brief is to look through the town to find the stone. But as I say, when we did it the way that we expected the game would understand it, we got nothing for our trouble, and we should like it. So now, I'm doing the RPG equivalent of pixel hunting. Which feels bad, because for the most part, this game has been relatively free and easy with its information and with tying the information together. It's not always super obvious. Like, we've had trouble where we should be asking something and the game just doesn't reply with anything. Okay, so we've looked at basically everywhere I think that it could be. There's still a little bit of grass up. Oh, okay, never mind. It isn't where I thought it would be. Okay, so let's do one other thing, which is to say I want to look for hidden doors and walls. So let me just open this. Open this. This is gonna lead me out of the city. I'm gonna jimmy the lock, but this is gonna lead me out. Yes, it is. So that was like a complete waste of a complete lock, or a complete key, I should say. There isn't anything here, right? No. Alright, let me just ensure very quickly that we're not missing anything hidden before we go and consult with the internet. I don't think that we are. I'm looking on the left. Let me go back up and just look on the right, but I don't think there's anything hidden there. Okay, so let's check here. I am inclined to say no, there isn't anything there. We know about this guy over here. So, okay, I'm fairly willing to concede that there's no hidden anything here. Let's ask the internet specifically about Terran. Ultima 4. The stranger will learn that the cowering boy who was hiding from a bull, which was roaming freely inside the city. After learning from the merchant Winthrop that the young Terran knew the location of the Rune of Honor, Zero could ask after the item, and Terran would reveal that it was buried in the southwestern corner of the town. So when we went to the southwestern corner of the town, we didn't get anything from our trouble. But the thing is, we have 2 runes that are H. So it could be that I stumbled across this by accident. City list? Because there's humility. Oh, there's 3 of them. Sorry. It's humility, honesty, and honor. So, I don't know which runes we have now. Oh, we have humility and we have honesty. We don't have honor. Sure. Peru591 says, greetings, fellow dragons. Hello, Peru. That's good to see you. So I don't know, because there's no way to look at these items in your inventory, which is crazy to me, but here we are. I don't know if this rune it is the Rune of Honor. And we don't have this one. Okay, so somewhere in the city we are missing this specific rune. There is location on the castle. But the best it's buried in the southwestern corner of Trinsic. But we've been to the southwest corner of Trinsic and we've searched there and we haven't found anything. So I don't know if I am just... Oh, there we go. What? I thought previously that we've walked through all these tiles and searched there. Okay, well, mystery solved. I am grateful for that because, oh my god. Yes. So now we are missing 3 runes. Okay. We still don't know that the mantra of spirituality. There's a couple of mantras that we just don't know. Pro591 says GG. It wasn't really GG, it was me like pixel hunting to find this. But I'll take it. It's fine. Thank you so much. So hang on, let me just fix Trinsic up because we've found this now. Where's Terran? There. We found this. So I can take this out of this list. And okay. Is there any other connection stuff that we need to do in Trinsic? Let me just have a look. So Trinsic. Okay, there's a whole big tree. Oh, this is Terran. We found the rune. We found the rune. It was just northeast of the spellcaster in the shield, or in the what do they call these things? They call them their where's my spell list? They are energy fields. So let me just amend this. And the energy and the poison energy field. Okay, cool. That's great because I can now knock this out of the connection spreadsheet. Okay, good. Sorry. I was looking for stuff that we needed to connect up in Trinsic. There is, yeah, in the tap in Trinsic. I'm gonna very quickly try this again, but I don't see anything. Maybe we should ask about rune and not stone. Maybe the tap extends here. I don't think so. Stone? No. Stone. Rune. A man named Winthrop knows the rune. Oh, okay, so sure. That's fine. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if this was a guy that was supposed to be in the tap. I don't know, but I don't think Klein moves. That's the thing. Name? Yeah, I don't think Klein moves. Hold on. Let's just watch Klein. Oh, Klein does move. Klein maybe, by the game's files and what it's tracking, it may be starting Klein off in the tap. This is probably what's going on. I don't know for sure. It might be starting Klein off in the tap, and then as Klein moves around, you eventually talk to him, and then he tells you about the rune. And maybe that is what we're supposed to be finding. Not 100% sure. Okay. We are at the end of the screen. I want to say that this is a connection that we've made, and I can lop it out. But the only way I would know is if I actually check this out. So, where is I need to talk to? I need to look for Miter. Okay. So far, I'm not finding anything. Someone's mentioned in... Okay... Oh, I think that this is actually what we were looking for. I think that we're specifically looking for clan. Okay. Alright, well, sure. I think that's it. But it's so difficult to know. Let's save. Alright, tomorrow. Actually, Minoc, I'm so sorry. This is a disaster. We're just gonna keep looking for hidden places in areas of the world and talking to the people that are there because they will flesh out the spreadsheet a little bit more. I'm gonna show you what we did. I'm gonna get out of the game very quickly. I'm gonna show you what we did today. Where is the spreadsheet? Spreadsheet. Okay, cool. Alright, so we closed off some of these connections. Some of them are like way down. But there's Shapiro and Julia, who we were looking for. We also sorted out Pepper here. Actually, no, because that's Britain. Yes, we did sort out Pepper, because that was today. And then we did this, but that was long ago. And I think that's about it. So the only thing that got added really to the spreadsheet was we changed the quicknesses spell here. It's got 1 blood mass, not 2. We finished off with Britain. There was a point where all of this was green, like this. Oh, hang on. It was green like this, because I was keeping track of who we spoke to and who we hadn't spoken to. But that's now clear because we talked to everyone that I believe that we know about. And we went up to you. This stuff is new here, right? I don't think that there's anything else that we missed out on. Yeah. And then we went to Trinsic instead of Minoc. There's nothing new here specifically, but we did eventually close out this rune issue with Terran because we found the rune that we were after. And so I believe that we're done there. So tomorrow we're going to go into Minoc and we're just going to check for hidden places. I've got to actually add that there were no hidden areas in Yew. Old habit. Whenever I type Yew, I'm forever typing yes, because old habit makes me do that. All the keys are so close together in my brain. There were no hidden rooms in any of the buildings. And then that's also true as far as I'm aware of Trinsic. So let's add that super quickly. Trinsic. No hidden areas in any of. Okay, sure. So tomorrow we're just going to pick up with Minoc and see if we can find hidden rooms and then go to Jalam and Scarabray and so on and so forth. And then that will be our third pass through all of the villages. And hopefully finding hidden places actually opens up and clears out some of the connections that we have. Because there's a lot of dangling weird connections in the spreadsheet. That was it. Except for pixel hunting for the rune. That was pretty laid back again. Ultima 4 is turning out to be a very quiet, easygoing game, and I'm liking that a lot about it. I will see you tomorrow. More or less the same time, more or less the same place. And I will let you know. We're slowly coming up on. It's the 30th today. So there's going to be 10 days where I'm on my own. And then after that, I will be gone for about 10 days because there will be people here. And I don't know, because I'm going to have to be consistently sociable in that span of time, like especially in the evening. So I don't know if there's going to be space and time to run streams. I'm not even going to try, but I'll let you know when and as that occurs. So hopefully, I say this with some trepidation, but hopefully we'll finish Ultima 4 before that happens. If it doesn't occur that way, the good news is that I'm keeping a fairly good spreadsheet now. We got good maps, and it should be easy enough for me to pick up from where I left off. But if I can't pick up from where I left off, we'll all just cry together while I walk into the same places we've walked into all the time, and that will be how it will be. So please have a wonderful evening and the rest of your weekend. I will see you all soon. Good night for now, and thank you so much for joining me today. Gravity Gamer says, thanks for sharing this game in stream. Have a good night, Master. Sure, no problem. To put this into some perspective, Gravity Gamer, one of the things that I'm trying to slowly but surely do is mop up after myself, because when I was a small lost wolf, these were games that I encountered but never played, because I just wasn't interested in role-playing games at that point. So we're going to see all of the Ultimate games at some point. We might not see some of the offshoots. I don't know if I have the patience or stamina for those. I mean, I'm worried about having the patience or stamina for Ultima 7, because that's just a monster of a game. But the idea is to go through everything up to and including 9, even if 9 is a little messy, shall we say. But we'll attempt to do it, so that's the plan. So, there you go. Alright, I am actually properly gone. Have a wonderful evening and the rest of your weekend. See you all soon.